Hi guys, Mama Fairweather here again. So it is May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, and also National Teacher Appreciation Day. I'm going to, hope you're all doing well. I'm going to read probably half of Junie B. Jones. This is The Toothless Wonder. I think you've probably read some of her books. They're pretty funny and cute. And then I'm getting a new book in the mail tomorrow, and it's called Mrs. Pigglewiggle. So we'll start that either tomorrow or the next day. So I think what I'll do is, not all of the pages have pictures on them. So on pages that have pictures, I'll show you the picture. Otherwise, I'll just, if it's just words, then I'll just read it, okay? So here we go. Junie B. Jones by Barbara Park, The Toothless Wonder. You may have read it before, but it's kind of fun to read again. So, the first chapter is called Prizes. And there's Junie B. wiggling her tooth. Friday, dear first grade journal. Today we are having a speaker in room 1. She's going to tell us all about recycling. Recycling is when you wash your trash, I believe. Mr. Scary said to write in our journals till the speaker gets here. Only I don't even feel like writing today because I have a loose tooth, that's why. And that thing is driving me crazy. Also, every time I write in this journal, I have to look up words in the dumb dictionary. Except sometimes Mr. Scary spells the words on the board for us. And then I have to cross out my mistakes. Plus, also, I erase holes in my paper. Spelling is not a breeze, I tell you. And here she's made some spelling, so she has to cross it out and do it again. That is all I feel like writing today. I'm done with this thing, and I mean it. From Junie B., first grader. I put down my pencil, and I opened my mouth. Then I reached in my finger and wiggled my tooth. The thing has been loose for a very long time. No matter how hard I wiggle it, it still doesn't come out. I pulled on it a teensy bit. Ow, that hurt. You dumb bunny tooth, I said. May turned her head and looked at me. May sits next to me in room 1. She is not a pleasure. You shouldn't say dumb bunny, Junie Jones, she said. Dumb bunny is not a nice word. I raised my eyebrows at her. Oh, really? Well, thank you for telling me that, dumb bunny, May. Just then, May's face got puffy and red. Don't say that word, I told you, she hollered. My teacher stood up at his desk. Problem back here, girls, he said. Yes, Mr. Scary, said May. There's always a problem back here, and her name is Junie Jones. I stomped my feet. B, May, I said. B, 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 B. You're always forgetting my B. Mr. Scary closed his eyes. Please, girls, can't we have just one morning without any spats? I looked surprised at that man. I didn't even have a spat, Mr. Scary, I said. My mother doesn't let me spat, not even on the sidewalk. After that, I went up to his desk, and I smiled very cute. I have a loose tooth, I said. Would you like to see it, Mr. Scary? Huh? Would you? I opened my mouth and wiggled it for him. See it? See how loose it is? Isn't it a loosey-goosey? He smiled. Wow, it really is loose, Junie B., he said, and it's a top tooth, too. Losing a top tooth is the best. I looked puzzled. Is it? How come it's the best, Mr. Scary, I asked. Is the top tooth funner than the bottom tooth? Do you mean? Because last year I lost a bottom tooth, and I didn't actually get a kick out of it. My teacher did a chuckle. But when you lose a top tooth, your smile looks really cute, Junie B. And when your new tooth comes in, you start looking like a big kid. I did a gasp at that news. A big kid? Really? I'm going to look like a big kid? Mr. Scary nodded. Sure you are. Here, I'll show you what I mean. He looked around the room. Class, does anyone in here have their big top tooth yet? If so, please raise your hand, he said. All the children looked and looked at each other, but no one raised their hand. Mr. Scary was surprised. Really? No kidding? No one in our class has lost a top front tooth? Huh. He looked around and shook my hand. Well, congratulations, Junie B. Jones, he said. It looks like you're going to be the first person in room 1 with a big top tooth. I felt very thrilled. Thank you, I said. Then I skipped back to my seat and I sat down, real proud. May did a huffy breath at me. Big deal. What's so special about losing a top tooth, she said. Everyone in our whole room is going to lose their top teeth, Junie Jones. It's not like you're the only one, you know. I did a huffy breath right back at her. Yes, May, I know I'm not the only one, but I am the first one. And the first one is the winner. So there. Ha ha on you. May crossed her arms. Well, if you think you're a winner, then where's your prize, huh? Junie Jones, I don't see a prize. Do you? I tapped my fingers, kind of stumped. Then I hurried back to my teacher's desk, and I patted him on the shoulder. Okay, here's the thing, I said. The children are wondering where my prize for being the tooth winner is. And so how would you handle this situation? Mr. Scary did not answer right away. Finally, he shrugged. Well, the truth is, there aren't any prizes, he said. It wasn't exactly a running contest, you know. Yes, I know, but I bet you could still come up with a little something to make me happy. I pointed at his desk drawer. I bet there's something in there, probably. Teachers always have good stuff in their desk drawers, right? And so why don't we take a little look-see? Mr. Scary ran his fingers through his hair. Then at last, he opened his drawer. Whoa, is that a stapler I see there? I said. A stapler would be good, don't you think? I could really pound that thing, I bet. And so, if you'll just hand it over, I'll be on my way. Mr. Scary shook his head. No, Junie B, no stapler. I looked some more. Hey, hold the phone. Is that Tums I'm looking at? I leaned closer. Yes, it is Tums, Mr. Scary. You've got Tums just like my Grandpa Miller. And so I bet you suffer from gas and bloating. Am I correct? Mr. Scary quick closed the drawer. Then he went to the supply closet and he got out a piece of shiny silver paper and he scribbled a star. He cut it out and pinned it on my shirt. There, he said, that's your prize for your tooth, okay? You get to wear a shiny star for being the winner. Now please go back to your seat. I looked down at my star. Well, only I don't actually think that is your best work, I said kind of quiet. Mr. Scary pointed to my desk. He was not having a good morning, I think. I went back and sat down. May sneaked a peek at my star. I tried to act proud of it. Well, what do you know? A prize, I said. May did a mad breath and quick turned around. I looked down at my star again. This time it looked prettier, I think. Here she is with her star. And May's turning her head over. Chapter 2, Uncle Lou. And there's the recycling makes sense is the picture. The speaker came at 10 o'clock. Her name was Miss Chris. Miss Chris told us all about recycling. Also, she showed us a movie. It was called Dan the Soda Can. It was very thrilling, I tell you, because Dan the Soda Can lived in a soda machine at a gas station. Then one day, a lady bought him to drink. Only too bad for Dan, because after the lady drank his soda, she threw him right out her car window. And Dan got his can all dented. But hooray, a cop saw the lady littering, and he gave her a big fat ticket. Then a can man took Dan to a recycling center. The man got cash money, plus Dan got fixed up good as new, and bingo, he turned into Dan the orange juice can. It was a miracle, I tell you. Room 1 clapped and clapped at the happy ending. Then Miss Chris passed around stickers of Dan the soda can for us to stick to our shirts. And the sticker said, recycling makes sense. Ha, get it? Sense, like money? Sense sounds like sense. And that is a good one, I think. After that, all of us went to lunch and recess, and we were still in happy moods. On the playground, Jose and Lenny and Shirley asked to see my loose tooth. Then pretty soon the other children wanted to see it too. And so finally, I stood them all in a row, and I let them look real close. After they looked, I walked down the row, and I showed them how far I could bend it. Herb clapped and clapped. Jose and Lenny whistled. Sheldon tried to pick me up. That is not a normal reaction, I think. You're going to look cool when it finally comes out, Junie B, said Herb. See, said Jose, you're going to look really cool, like a hockey player, I bet. Yeah, Lenny said, hockey players almost never have any teeth. Neither do kickboxers, said Shirley. Maybe you look like a kickboxer, Junie B. Just then Sheldon did a sigh. I just hope you don't look like my toothless Uncle Lou. My toothless Uncle Lou never brushed or flossed, and then all his teeth fell out. I made a sick face. Sheldon shrugged. Well, it's not like he's totally toothless. He has like one bottom tooth left. It's kind of yellow. But I still think he can bite an apple. After that, Sheldon walked away. I watched him go. Then I sat down on the grass, and I tried not to think of toothless Uncle Lou. After school, me and Herb rode the bus home together. We sit with each other every single day, except not on Saturdays or Sundays or weekends. Me and Herb talked about all kinds of things on the bus. Only today I didn't feel like talking hardly because I was still upset about looking like Uncle You-Know-Who. I slumped down in my seat, very glum. What if I look like a weirdo, I said. Huh, Herb? What if I look like toothless Uncle Lou? Herb patted me. Don't worry, you won't. Probably. I kept on worrying. Well, today is Friday, Herb, and so by Monday my tooth will already be out, I bet. So what if I come into school looking like toothless Uncle Lou? And then all of room 1 starts making fun of me. And they form a circle around me, and they laugh and skip and throw fruit. Then all of a sudden I did a gasp, because an even worse problem popped into my head. I grabbed Herb's shirt. Oh no, Herb, oh no. What if I don't look like myself on Monday? Not even a tiny bit, I mean. And then I get on this bus, and you don't even recognize me, and so you pass right by my seat, and then I have to sit all by myself, and alone, and toothless. Herb looked down at his shirt. He said to please take my hands off of him. He smoothed himself out. Maybe you should look on the bright side, Junie B., he said. Even if all of that bad stuff happens, which it won't probably, you'll still end up with a bunch of money from the tooth fairy, right? And that's good, isn't it? As soon as he said that, chill bumps came on my skin, and my stomach got flutterflies in it. I quick looked out the window so Herb couldn't see my face. Because guess what? The tooth fairy is another whole can of worms. Chapter 3. Ow! I walked home from my bus stop very slowly. Walking is good for thinking, I think. Talking is good for thinking, too. I just wish I wasn't the first one, that's all, I said out loud to myself. I wish the other children in room 1 were losing their teeth, too. Then all of us would look toothless together, and no one would throw fruit. I did a big breath at me. Yeah, only that is the dumbest thing I ever heard, because you can't make other children have loose teeth, Junie B. I rolled my eyes. Yeah, only I already know that, Junie B., I said, but I really don't want to be first, and so why can't I let my tooth stay in my mouth a little longer? That's what I would like to know. I crossed my arms at myself. Because you keep wiggling it, that's why, I said. Maybe if you didn't wiggle it, it would get tight again. Did you ever think of that? Huh? Did you? I walked and walked some more. Then all of a sudden, I did a gasp. Because I did think of that. Ha! I ran to my house speedy quick. My Grandpa Frank Miller was babysitting my fussy brother named Ollie. Grandpa Miller, I know what to do about my tooth. I know what to do about my tooth, I hollered, really happy. Grandpa Miller was bouncing Ollie on his lap. Ollie was wearing his drool bib. Also, he was slobbering and chewing on his arm. Ollie will not be popular in school, probably. Mother says he's drooly and fussy because he'll be getting teeth soon. She is kidding herself, I think. Just then, Ollie started to cry. Grandpa Miller looked weary of that boy. I took Ollie away from him. Don't worry, Grandpa. I know how to calm this baby down, I said. After that, I patted Ollie's back very nice. Then I hummed real soft in his ear, and I put him in the hall closet. Grandpa, quick, got him out of there. He put Ollie in his playpen, and he gave him animal crackers. Animal crackers are crackers that make babies stop crying. Also, I enjoy an occasional cracker myself. After Ollie stopped fussing, Grandpa Miller came back into the kitchen, and he put me on his lap. Okay, little girl, I'm ready to listen to your news now. What were you saying about your tooth? Did it get any looser at school today? I clapped my hands together. That's what I was going to tell you about, Grandpa, I said, because at school, I found out that I'm the first person in room 1 to lose a top front tooth. And so at first, I felt very proud about that news. Only then I got nervous on account of who wants to look like toothless Uncle Lou, that's why. So then I had a long talk with myself, and hooray, hooray, I decided not to lose my tooth after all. My grandpa raised his eyebrows at me. Really? He said. You're not going to lose your tooth, huh? Do you really think you can do that, honey? Yes, I said. I know I can do it, Grandpa, because all I have to do is not wiggle it anymore, and then it will get real tight in my mouth again. I'm sure of it. I'm positive. I reached in my mouth and touched my tooth very light with my finger. Yep, I said. I can feel it. It's tighter already. I opened my mouth and pointed. See, Grandpa? See how tight it's getting? Grandpa Miller squinted his eyes. Gee, honey, I don't know. It still looks pretty loose to me. Then, without even asking, he reached into my mouth and he started to wiggle it. No, I yelled. No, no, no. I snapped my mouth shut. Ow, said Grandpa. He quickly pulled out his finger. Ow, I said right back, because I felt a pinch, that's why. I poked all around with my tongue. Something did not feel right in there. My heart started to pound very fast. I held my breath. Then I opened my mouth kind of sickish and spit my tooth right into my hand. Whew. Oh dear. Chapter 4, Freako. I ran and ran all over the house. Oh no, I shouted. Oh no, oh no. My Grandpa Frank Miller knocked my tooth out. My Grandpa Frank Miller knocked my tooth out. Grandpa ran after me. No, I didn't. Of course I didn't, Junie B. Your tooth came out when you bit down on my finger. I kept running and shouting, I look like Uncle Lou. I look like Uncle Lou. Help, help, help. I look like Uncle Lou. I zoomed out the front door and opened it wide. 911, 911. My tooth snapped out. My tooth snapped out. Grandpa quick picked me up and carried me back inside. She's kind of freaking out. Then he took me to the bathroom and he gave me a paper cup with water. Rinse and spit, he said. I did what he said. Only that's when the worstest thing all happened, because my spit turned pink. I did a gasp at that sight. Blood, blood, there's blood in my spit, I hollered some more. Grandpa Miller covered his ears. Please, Junie B, just stop the screeching. After that, he took an aspirin, plus he also ate 2 Tums. I kept on rinsing and spitting, rinsing and spitting. Then finally my spit water turned regular. Whew, I said, that was a close one. I was almost out of blood. Grandpa bent down next to me and smiled. Well, let's have a look. I opened my mouth for him. He looked in and did a little chuckle. Then he lifted me up to the mirror so I could see too. I quick closed my mouth again because I was nervous to see myself, of course. My tongue felt my tooth hole. It felt very roomy in there. Well, said Grandpa Miller, aren't you going to look, honey? It looks cute, Junie B. It really does. My heart pounded and pounded. Then, fast as a wink, I opened my lips and I did a quick little peek at my mouth. I quick closed my eyes again. Because, what do you know? A freako. Put me down, Grandpa. I said, put me down right now. I don't want to look at myself again. I don't. Grandpa Miller put me down. Just then, my nose started to sniffle very much, and my eyes got tears in them. I hate me. I hate the way I look. Grandpa blew my nose on toilet paper. I'm never going to look at myself again. Not ever, ever, never, and I mean it. Grandpa bent down next to me again. I want you to listen to me, little girl, he said. I would never lie to you, Junie B. You look every bit as cute without your tooth as you did with it. He gave me a big hug. Your new smile is wonderful, he said. You didn't even give it a chance, honey. You really need to look at it again. Honest, you do. He ruffled my hair. Do it for me, okay? Just give yourself one more chance. I rocked back and forth on my feet very slow because I needed to think this over. That's why. Finally, I did a big breath. Okay, Grandpa. If you really want to lift me up there again, I guess I'll let you, but I'm only doing this to be nice. Grandpa Miller patted my head. You're very kind. After that, he lifted me back up to the mirror. Very slow, I opened my mouth again, and I peeked at my new tooth hole. Nice, try smiling, Grandpa said. You'll love your new smile. I know you will. I did a nervous breath. Then I smiled at myself, kind of shy. See, said Grandpa Miller. See how cute it looks? Here she is, looking in the mirror. I didn't answer him. Instead, I made another face at myself, then another, and another one. Pretty soon, I tried every face in the book. Finally, Grandpa winked at me. So what do you think, little girl, he said. How do you think you look? I smiled, kind of shy again. I think I look fascinating, Frank, I said. Grandpa Miller put me on the floor. Then he went to the kitchen and he got a stool. He brought it back to the bathroom. He helped me up on the top step. I stared at myself till Mother came home. So those are the first 4 chapters, and we're going to end there, and we're going to pick it up tomorrow for the rest of it. And I hope you guys are having a good day. I enjoy being able to read to you, and I wish you a very nice rest of your day. Take care. Wish Miss Fairweather a happy National Teachers Day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.